Alright, y'all, what's going on? It's Giga here again. I wanted to say thank you again real quick for all the support this weekend with Weekend League. Yes, we did get 18-2 for the first time this year, so it was very exciting, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much once again. But what I wanted to go ahead and do, just for a small, little tidbit here, is we've been doing this weekly meta update, and I think there's a big shift in the gameplay meta, honestly, right now, and so I wanted to touch on it. So if you guys are interested in this sort of thing, like I said, we do it every single week. I try to get it out on either Mondays or Tuesdays. You can expect it from here on out. At least that's the goal. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about it. Something that I really wanted to get into was that the difference in gameplay style, as at least of this weekend, and I don't know if it's because of these new out of position cards or what, but something that I've been noticing, at least, or what I was feeling playing this weekend league, was yes, the gameplay like from the EA servers wasn't as good because a lot of people were playing because the team of the week has Mbappe in it this week, and so everybody wants to get Mbappe, right? If I go to squad battles, it might show it. I can't quite remember, but let's say potentially no, really. It doesn't show the team of the week. I'm pretty sure this isn't it, but regardless, yeah, that's not it. But regardless, so Mbappe's in team of the week, so everybody's playing for it. Everybody's trying to get to it, or actually, that might even take us there. And so I felt like people were playing even differently than normal. And so, yes, there's a lot of, like, I'm sure you guys noticed there are a lot of mega teams. And so, like, I was even seeing, like, lots of Mbappes, I even saw, like, Ginolas. There's one team that literally they had, like, Ferdinand, Zambrata, Jairzinho, Maradona, like, Zidane was in it, everybody. And so, obviously it's not every single team, but what that ended up doing was I feel like the meta this week shifted from just straight up like AI passing, yada, 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 to much more of this, AI defending, to actually like passing. And so what I mean by that is I felt like the quality of team that I was playing against, I could see and feel the difference where my team would be attacking, and I'm sure you guys have noticed this before, and I have some gameplay we can try to show, where you're trying to like attack the other team, and as you're attacking, you're trying to get passes on target to your forwards, and it will like go behind them, or it just won't quite get to them the way you want it to. Did that just go unfortunate block back into Holland there? He's using Haaland to like head the ball back to his other players. Teams that are 5-1, so like this guy has best. I mean, everybody has Walker at this point. This guy had a 5 back, which is why I was wanting to show this in a second here. But even that was a great example. Let's see if it'll go back. Where my player like loses track of the ball for a second, and that makes it really difficult for him to adjust on the fly. I hope that the rivals games go well, though. These higher level teams, ironically, they could just like tap X and it would go straight to all my rivals, and they could go ahead and just do whatever they need to. Mbappe would always have control of the ball no matter what. He lucked out there. And so I feel like that's where this meta has now shifted. I feel like direct passing, if you guys have seen that on the... Here, I'll show you too. Or if you guys have seen that on your custom tactics. I don't know if it's going to let me do this here. On your custom tactics, I got to get rid of him. I'm trying to make a team, by the way. So if we go to custom tactics and you do your like attacking buildup or whatever, if you do direct passing, your players really just like fly forward and you can try to pass straight to them and that sort of thing. But, or actually, I guess that would be forward runs, excuse me. But I feel like that is much more accomplishable now because players are starting to get to that echelon of like passing ability. So like Chiesa, for instance, who was one of the better SBCs, I think, at least recently, he's a great example of where like he's getting to just have like close to that perfect passing idea. So you saw his stats for passing just now, 83 short passing, 78 long passing, or something very similar to that. And then if we look at, so I'm sure you guys have played at Kevin De Bruyne by now. And so just as a comparison, De Bruyne, who has like just insane passing, basically has 10 more of each of those. And so that, I feel like, you know, that's obviously a big difference. But to go from players like, I mean, I think a player that most people were using not too long ago was like Sorloth, who's obviously not so great with that. Or Danjuma is a great example. Danjuma has decent short passing, but terrible long passing. And so you could feel the difference. But now that these players are getting better and better, it seems like this new meta is coming around where players are just passing it like into their forwards here. Let's see if we can get a good example of this.
That's the only reason.
This guy was holding the ball with his 5 backs. So he comes in, he passes to his cam, he's trying to go to a forward, doesn't have any forward because he's dribbling right into the defense. Let's get him the ball again. I'm trying to keep possession because he's sitting around with this 5-back defense. Which is another like thing about the meta. 5-back was really popular and really strong like 2 weeks ago. It still is very strong, especially with these CDM like what do you AI defending, where you basically just control your CDM and then you have 5 defenders straight behind you who just cover everything for you. You can see I do a lot of manual defending with this too. Like I switch into my center back to call my right back over to try to help, things like that. And so the 5-back meta, I think, is it's a different
easy
concept to what we were
and
talking
I gotta
about
hit
before.
on the counter attack because he's playing 5-back.
I don't think it's as strong as it was maybe 2 weeks ago. I think that people are starting to get players that have better attack positioning, and that's giving them a better chance of actually getting around it. And for me personally, I just try to break them down. So like, you can see I come out to my wide cam, I go back into my CDM. I usually pass my other CDM, go back to the first CDM. I'm trying to find my 2 forwards or my 3 forwards at the top and looking to see if I can, you know, really find a slotting pass inside. And so like right there, I got stuff because there's 3 defenders right there with the 5-back. But you get the idea. Same thing here. You'll see me go out to my wide cam, try to get inside a little bit, go back to the CDM. I even remember saying there, I was like, dang, my CDMs are really far back. But they cut inside, shot. I don't know why I chipped it there. It just kind of happened.
That almost.
But anyway, so 5-back is not as strong in my opinion, but it's still, obviously very good. The other thing I wanted to talk about was that I even noticed this kind of like different other attacking style.
I just think it's very interesting.
So I'm attacking this guy right now. Actually, let's go back. So he wins the ball here, right? And I have pressure coming on him right now. Pressure's super strong, by the way. I think doing pressure after possession loss or pressure on heavy touch is really good. But you can't get carried away with it because if you select the wrong person and drag them over, you can see right here, like his center mid's running free right now. So it's good, but you still have to be careful about it. And that was a great example right here. Watch the right side of the screen. Lewa makes this blistering run, and a lot of people would play that through ball because that's just like Haaland screaming through the defense. But I don't know. I just don't like that meta personally.
That was close.
So, but this is very much my meta, where I'm looking for this extra pass almost every time.
Oh, that was close.
And he obviously read that very well, or they obviously read that very well. But so where I was going with this was this person that I was playing against played a very interesting sort of like
that just
he understood the pressure. That was very would like drag it out and then pass it in. And I had a really hard time like attacking.
We'll call that a good tackle.
Against it, or defending against it. Excuse me. And so thankfully he tried doing a lot of these over the top through balls, which I think are not the way to go right now. Again, pressure is very good there. Somehow running back on defense is stronger than running to pressure them on defense. Like defenders just do better that way. I don't know. But so with this guy, like, and I'm gonna see if he does it again in this video or not. But let's see if he gets the ball.
Yes.
We get a good goal there, and then he disconnects. Okay, I guess not. But anyway, so long story short, what ends up happening is, instead, it's this new, and I didn't think about it this way, but this game opened my mind up to it. When you are facing pressure, and I know everyone has played against pressure tactics at this point, what I didn't realize, because what I would do is I would just fling it to the other side because there's usually a player open over there. But what this guy did, and I think just that first example was really, really good, where he like drags my players towards me and then not there. Oh, I'm trying to find it again. Basically, he drags my players out of position right here, right here. So like, I don't know, right there. So right at this spot, if you guys can see all the way on the left side of the screen, all the way on the left, he's got one person that's just open, like through ball, and he's in on net. How he dribbled like that just now, and he passes it to him instead. That was very. So I think that's like, I think at a very high level, this whole like AI manipulation might be the highest level of play that you might go against. Which the way to beat that is to then just play like AI drop back defense, which kind of stinks. But it's hard because EA has to make AI defense good enough that you can't just hold the ball and then you can't play the game. But then you also don't want to make it bad enough that people are just sitting back all the time. So it's hard, it's interesting, but like I really think that you guys might see this sort of like people are holding the ball a little bit more and making like trying to suck you in towards them. So just be careful about that. But other than that, in terms of like cards and players and stuff that have come out lately, still similar cards that are very strong. Like Walker is everybody's right back right now. Mendy's everyone's left back right now. The center backs are usually this whole like Rudiger, Militao. Seeing a lot of Van Dijks again. Van Dijk and Allison usually go together. And then on the like flip side, there's many people who are still using like Ronaldo, Haaland, these like lengthier kind of cards. But one thing I was surprised about was how many Arnautovic's I played against. Arnautovic and Bosch, the center back, or Posh, excuse me. This SBC seems to be very, very popular. And it might be because Chiesa came out, I don't know. But I didn't see a single Barkley. I didn't really see... I saw like one Nedved. You see a lot of Insignes being subbed on, things like that. Valverde's, of course, super meta. He might get another player of the month, so if you guys have fodder, you might save that. The other thing is that Team of the Week SBC, the 85 plus, might come out tomorrow. I don't know how true that is. But regardless, obviously there's a lot of Messis in the game. Somehow people all have Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. So in terms of like players right now, the typical ones are still the meta. Less Danjumas this week. So I won't be surprised if this week there's like maybe one or two other super meta SBCs that come out. But after this week, it's kind of like the downhill until Black Friday. So I won't be super like I don't want to keep saying surprised, but I won't be astonished if the meta gets back down to this very like sturdy like players like Jude Bellingham in form, or like how I have De Ligt right now, like players using reds that are like decent but not super great, because everyone's going to be expecting the Black Friday market crash. So these next couple weeks are like maybe one more week you'll see a lot of like explosiveness in that sense, where players are passing a lot and things like that. But after that, I think players are going to go back down a little bit. And then once Black Friday comes around, then it's just going to explode through Christmas until Team of the Year. So at least that's what I think right now. I'll be interested to hear if you guys have been playing a lot of through ball players, if you've been playing a lot of 5-back players. If anything, I played the most against pressure after possession loss. And I personally love playing against that, because at that point, all you're looking for are triangles. And if you guys need an example of that, I'll be happy to show you that or make a video about it. So anyway, I will see you guys next time for next week's meta update. And then we'll also have our rewards video, which was insane, like actually amazing, come up probably tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, guys, good luck with your rewards. Good luck with your week. And I'll catch you again next week. Thank you so much.